on my Instagram reel, I got 2 million views, and in this video I'm going to break down my entire process, and if I can do it, you can do it. It literally took me about 50 minutes to find that golden idea, to script the golden idea and make it unique to me, and then I didn't actually mess it up at the last second. And I don't hear anyone talk about this thing, but it happens quite a lot to me, and because I've been doing it, it's the reason my videos just keep popping off, I guess. So let's get into the video. I'm going to show you how this video went viral, and specifically I create content for other content creators, specifically websites, assets, or just tips and tricks, just like the video you're watching right now. And this video ended up getting 2.1 million views. So if we start off with the idea itself, how did I come up with this? How did I come up with the idea? If you guys don't know, this video is a video telling you how to get Wojak. And I think Hamza used Wojak and gave him a name. I think it was Jeffrey. Hamza used Wojak, named him Jeffrey, and used him like a character in his YouTube videos. And, you know, he got very popular through that way. But no one ever knew what like his name actually was and how to create them or where to find them. And there was a website that you can find basically loads of them. And there was a separate website where you can basically create your own. And that was the main idea. Now, how the hell did I come up with that idea? Because it's not just every day you just think, oh yeah, let's get this and find this and put this and this and that together. So what you need to do, you need to find, I have more than 5 at this point, because, you know, I just follow a bunch of creators that I like. But I'd say get 5 creators that you enjoy. Whoa. Get 5 creators that you enjoy and basically stalk their profiles. And to help you stalk their profiles, this is exactly the tool that I used. It's a tool called Sort Reels, and it's a Chrome extension. Whoa. It's called Sort Reels, and it's a Chrome extension. So all you need to do, you need a laptop or a computer device for this. You go on Instagram on your laptop or computer, whatever it is, go onto the creator that you like, and then you go onto their Reels tab. And once you have the Reels, the Sort Reels, once you have the Sort Reels Chrome extension added, you can then basically click on the Chrome extension, go to Sort Reels, and then you can choose whether you want to sort the reels by views, comments, or likes. I think I went for views, and then I saw it basically organized it from most viewed to the least viewed, and I could see the best ideas. Now, what's really important about this, because you might just go away, right, and just be like, yep, I'm just going to copy every single video. Wrong. That's not going to work. Copying big ideas from big creators isn't going to work. One, it might have worked just because they're a big creator. They already have the fan base that can boost the video. 2, the video might be only relevant to that certain period in time. Let me write this down so you niggas actually get it. Like, 1, only relevant. Whoa. The video could only be relevant to them. 2, it's only relevant at that. It's only relevant at that time, and that's really important. So like, I had a video went viral about the iPhone 14 Pro Max. If I was to make that exact same video today, it probably wouldn't get that much views as it did. It got like 1.9 million. It wouldn't be getting that much views now because the hype for the iPhone 14 Pro Max has died. The 15's out and the 16 just dropped. So maybe you could have, you know, recreated the idea and the concept, but use an updated version if possible. So like, I could make the video about my 14 Pro Max, but replace it with the 16 Pro Max. But then it would have obviously a new opinion in there and just new stuff, right? So that's basically what I did. I used Sort Reels to do that. And then I just identified a video that I could recreate. And this is basically validating the idea. And this is how you find the winning idea, right? But what's really, really important is you can't just be like, okay, that's an idea, that's relevant. I can basically take the concept and make it my own. you need to do your research. So you need to fact check. So I did a Wojak video before. It did not do too well. In fact, it flopped. Now I recreated the video because I seen this creator do it, even though it was a while ago, but I said, I'm going to give it another try. If it worked for him, it can work for me. And Wojak wasn't just relevant back then. It's not like he done it in the middle of like Hamza's YouTube takeover or whatever. So I basically researched the website to see if it still worked. It did not work. So what I ended up having to do is finding another website that can create Wojaks. And I said, hold on, if that website don't work no more, people need a new website. So if I drop a website that actually works now, it's going to be big, right? It's going to hit big. So I found a website. I did my fact check. I found a website and it works. I found a website where you can create your own ones. And I was like, cool, I've got a solid foundation. I've got a winning idea. And then after that, that's when you can move on to the next step. And if you guys don't know, the next step is obviously scripting. And you can call this developing your idea as well if you want, but I just call it scripting. So what you really want to do is take the concept, the idea, and basically make it into your own. Now I spend a lot of time on hooks, and you should as well, because on short form videos, your hook is basically everything. You don't have a thumbnail. You do have a thumbnail, but you don't have a thumbnail and title that people have to basically view before they watch your reel. The reel just pops up on their page. So the hook is the most important thing. You want to put like 80% of your concentration. But what was funny is once you basically know like what makes a good hook and like the psychology behind it, you can kind of create your own hooks. And what I tend to do is I tend to, if I want to go viral, I tend to go for a negative hook. But this time I actually went for a question hook, right? Because the whole concept behind the hook is to draw enough curiosity to make them actually want to continue and watch the video, right? Obviously you can draw emotion as well, but mainly it's curiosity. That's the underlying theme across all videos. That's the reason you watch anything. You're curious. You need to itch that scratch that you've got. So I started with a question, and I think my hook was, have you seen this guy before? And obviously it's a verbal hook, but the visual hook I also added was images of Wojak. And this kind of goes to the show don't tell. So instead of saying, oh, this is Wojak and this is what he looks like, it's just a waste of space. I just asked the question, have you seen this guy before? And it pops on screen. Now in my head, the viewer's either gonna go, yes, I have seen this guy before, so what? Or no, I haven't seen this guy before, so what? And then you're gonna be like, okay, what's he got to say? Now I could have went straight into the video after the hook, but I wanted to experiment. So I added a trend at the time into the video, and it was Franklin Saint. If you don't know Franklin, you lot are missing out. So I added Franklin Saint into the video, and I don't know if you guys have watched Snowfall. We write Snowfall. I don't know if you guys have watched Snowfall or seen the clips, but there was a scene where he was high off LSD and he was having a convo with himself, and he goes, him, her, him, bodies. And I basically put that into the video. And because he said him, her, and he was basically naming a lot of people, but the same person, I said, yeah, this is perfect. Now you could call this creativity, whatever you want to call it. I haven't seen anyone do it, so it kind of just came to my head. I paired the question, have you seen this guy before? Or him, or her, and then I cut myself off and I put Franklin's voice and then kept the images on and added more images. And that basically, yeah, that just added an element of kind of entertainment. And in the comments, you kind of see like people did enjoy it. They were like, oh, Snowfall, OG, da. Now after that, instead of, wasting more time, I got the hook. I added a bit of entertainment, bit of laughter, bit of fun, bit of creativity. I then went straight into the video and I said, well, this is a website where you can find him. As I'm saying that, I'm showing the website above me, another evidence of show don't tell. Well, it's kind of showing and telling. Instead of telling them and then showing them, I'm doing it at the same time, right? It's kind of like a website demo of how to use the website. So I added that, I did the hook, I did Franklin Saint, I did Snowfall, and then I basically took them through the process. And you guys can check, but I think the video is around 20 seconds. And honestly, there's not a perfect time for videos, but I've found a lot of the time, if you're going viral, your videos ain't going to be too long on short form videos. I've had videos that went viral for like iPhone 14 Pro Max that was like above a minute, or iOS 18 above a minute, but typically it's going to be like, I want to say around 30 seconds, but you don't have to stick to anything. You just want to make sure that you get the information you need across and then end the video as soon as possible. And what I did as well, because as I said, I was aiming for virality. I was trying to grow my Instagram page, which I ended up doing because I hit 20,000 followers. So I could have either added a CTA saying follow, but typically people scroll away. So what I did, I looped the video. And I think I used a loop such as, I think the one I normally go to is, share this video with a friend and ask them, have you seen this guy before? Or him, or him, or him? That was the loop. So obviously you just heard that outro, and then it transitions to the hook, and then it just loops around. You basically get a replay. It boosts the algorithm. It makes the algorithm think, oh, he's replaying the video, it must be good. And plus, I did put a CTA in there saying share it with a friend, because shares are very important for virality. People shared it on their stories, people shared it with their friends. I could see when people share it on their stories, so it was great. If you don't know how to do a hook, it's easy, just search it on YouTube. If you really want a tutorial from me, ask and I'll make a video on it. But I looped it. I had a strong hook that basically induced curiosity, and I got straight to the point. Video was short as hell. And yeah, then obviously there's only one last stage really. Well, there's two more. There's filming, but filming is really short. There's nothing special in filming. Really easy. If you can't say it all in one go, which is pretty difficult, especially if you're looping the video, just say it line by line. So I did the outro and the hook in one line, because you have to do that when you're looping the video. And then I took a pause, looked back at my script, and I went back and spoke about what to do and how to find the website line by line, and then basically edited it so you didn't see the pauses, you didn't see me stopping, and that's that. Like 98% of content creators do it this way. There are an odd few that can do it one take, #0knowledge, but they're a different source. So just do it line by line. That's all I've got for filming. It's nothing special. And obviously just talk to the camera like it's your friend, like a friend that actually wants to know the information, not a friend that doesn't really care. After filming, we have the editing process. Now, I used to spend ages on the editing process doing a bunch of fancy edits, but that's not what you need to go viral. You don't need fancy edits. Jesus. You don't need fancy edits. They do help though. You don't need crazy sound effects. You don't need crazy sound effects. You don't need fancy edits. The only thing you need to do is make the editing effective. So in the hook, as I said, show don't tell. Have you seen this guy before? I showed him on the screen. I added a fancy like pop-in animation, but that's one of my presets. It didn't take any time whatsoever. So I added the pop-in effect. I showed like 7-8 pictures of him, and then I didn't add a fancy transition to go from, you know, that to then me showing the website and stuff like that. It was just a simple cut. That's it. I didn't do no crazy transitions. I could have used a simple Premiere Composer transition, but I was just like, bro, let's just get this done. One thing I did try and do is you want to keep, so obviously subtitles are important, right? And when the video is kind of moving around like that, try and keep the subtitles in one spot, because a lot of the time that's what they're going to be focusing on, or that's what their default attention is going to be drawn to. So if the subtitles are just always jumping up, down and all over the place, it's hard to pay attention. Same way if your like eye line keeps jumping up and down because you're zooming in, it's hard to stay focused. You could call it a pattern interrupt, but too many pattern interrupts will just absolutely just lose them, right? And that's basically the formula to virality. However, there is one thing missing. I'll be honest, I posted this video and had high hopes. In 2 weeks of posting this video, it done around 4,000 views. You're thinking, what the? It did 4,000 views. I was disappointed, but I was like, hey, I'm just gonna move on. It is what it is, 4,000 views. And I was kind of embarrassed because I experimented with the hook and I was like, hey, I guess it didn't work. I guess I look cringe now because, you know, if it doesn't work, it's cringe. But I left it up there, didn't archive it, didn't delete it, just left it up there. Then I think in its 3rd week, I woke up and Instagram had like 100 likes. You know, when you just open Instagram, had 100 likes, 100 followers. I don't think it was 100 comments, but then people were sharing it and I was like, oh, the video must be popping. By then I've already released another like 15, 20 videos. So it's like, that wasn't even in my like line of sight really. I had to scroll down and see that video. So all I'm saying is don't delete the video, don't archive it, don't be ashamed of it, and like you don't need to try and like reboost it to the algorithm. There's no point that I reposted it on my story. I didn't do none of that shit. I just left it and moved on. Just post your video and move on to the next. If you've done all you can and done your best, there's no point dwelling over it and staring and refreshing for the views and stuff like that. It's not good for your mental for one, but it's just not going to help anyone. It's not going to help you. The algorithm ain't going to care. People ain't going to care more. It is what it is. Just move on. And I've had multiple videos that done this. It started off slow and then picked up. I don't know if it's the algorithm changes that Instagram are doing, but I don't care. It just goes to show if you make a good video and have a good process, everything will work out in the end. If you are a creator, coach or consultant that's looking to grow their social media, get more leads, build a personal brand, there's a link in the description specifically for you. Go check it out.